Hi all, welcome to pantech eLearning. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, kindly click on the like button and share the video to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Particular kind of a system, it is nothing but known as the IoT, known as Internet of Things. So today we are completely going to see how to create a web page using Flask. So from Flask we will be creating a web page. We will be deploying it in a Raspberry Pi, and from Raspberry Pi we will be controlling two LEDs. So in this particular way only, here we will be just working with interfacings, what are the package and how that particular HTML code is being saved to create that particular web page with button, and how the HTML and the Flask, everything has been integrated using Python code. So that will be today's complete task. So how this particular Flask, it has been enabled over here. So from that particular basics only, we will be just going on along with the comparison. The purpose of Flask, it is nothing but it will be integrating both web page as well as the hardware inside the Raspberry Pi. Similarly, if you use it in Windows, it will be integrating your web page as well as your system. So most probably many of them will be thinking only to create the web pages it will be used. This is completely a web page integrated device which is applied for many programming languages. So this particular Flask, here we will be deploying it inside the system, and from that we will create the buttons to control the LED. So whenever we are integrating, we have to compare it with PHP. So initially we have done with PHP, and that particular controlling enabled even through the local host. But inside this particular Flask, we won't be able to connect it through the local host. The reason is the port will be randomly generated, and at the same time this particular Raspberry Pi itself will be acting as a server. So whenever we are enabling this particular Flask API, therefore the particular device will be acting as a server. So through HTTP, the client and everything, it will be able to connect it. So from that particular connection only, here we will be declaring this particular Raspberry Pi as a controlling device. Wherever if you just connect this Raspberry Pi, we can connect it through internet, and through that internet we will be able to control that particular LED connections. Not only LED, here I have kept it as an LED, but the entire parts, it comes under the integrations of the automation purpose. So the automations like turning on and off of light, fan, motor, conveyor, so like that kind of many integrations can be easily done on this. Previously whatever we have seen, we were completely working on that particular wiring pi. So inside that particular wiring pi of PHP, we have to call all that particular set mode, and from the set mode only we are able to enable the pin access. But here it completely gets changed. So for that, the first and most important part is we need this particular command, sudo apt-get install python 3. In order to work under the python 3, you have to mention it as python 3 -pip. So if the pip absence, if there is any pip absence inside the Raspberry Pi, means it will be installing, and space python 3 -flask. So this will be that particular command to install in Raspberry Pi. So here this will be that particular command. So now I am just installing this Raspberry Pi. So it is already installed, so there is nothing to be installed newly over here. Now after installing this, we have to create some files. Okay, so here just create it in the mode of mkdir. The full form of mkdir is make directory. So whenever we are just making the directory, we have to provide that name. I am providing it as SCR, enter. Now inside that we have to create some files, cd means change directory, so we have to move on towards the SCR folder, and the folder is ready. Now inside this we have to create another folder known as templates, mkdir templates. Now cd templates. Now it is completely ready. Now within this we have to create a HTML file. The HTML file, the code is completely ready. Sudo leafpan main.html. So we are opening our leafpad. Now where this particular files and all will be stored means very simple. We can go to our file explorer. So this is previously whatever I have created. So here onto this, the title of that particular web page, here it starts with HTML, document type is completely HTML. So within this we have to provide the title of the web page, RPA web server. Let me change it. IoT Flask. Now from this, here that particular compilation it is provided. So from this compilation they have provided all that CSS script. So already it has been created to integrate with the Flask to make it very basic attractive mode. So for that only they have provided this bootstrap. So from that bootstrap CSS only we are getting that all the themes in the form of a background. So this will be completely known as the header part of the HTML file. So from this particular file here, therefore we will be providing this body. So onto that body, so initially it will be provided as the head one of the body. So making both head as well as the body head points as same. Now from this, here we have declared some pin statements inside the Python code. Okay, so for pin in pins, so that is completely declared. So if that particular pins it has been receiving any of the data like the row as well as the column, it should be printing its status. So for that particular status only, either the status is off or the status will be in on mode. So once whenever you are pressing that particular button over there, here I am provided with two pins, GPIO 23 as well as GPIO 24. So from that particular two different pins, here we will be able to send the data in the form of status whenever it is getting communicated with the HTML part. So here the same, initially it is on for the initial row with column. Okay, so within the same as a toggle button, so from the toggle we will be just clicking on it and again it will be changing into the off. Again whenever I am clicking on the off, it will be changing into the on. So that is known as the toggle button. From that, here we will be just making the button block. So the button block is created for turn off whenever we have pressed it on turn on. So again it will get toggle back. So this is for one of the buttons and this is for the another button, and therefore the complete body has been ended. Finally we are closing the HTML part. Now this code only we have to enter into the file whichever we have created. So hereby testing it. Now many of them will be thinking how we are able to edit that particular portion. So whenever inside the Linux, if you are using the sudo, it is providing that grant access like an administrator. So kindly use that particular sudo. Without sudo, don't try to create this kind of HTML file. That's why I have entered in that particular command prompt. Now it has been closed. So this particular function, it has to be applied onto the template. Thank you for watching our video. If you like this video, kindly click on the like button and share the video to your friends. Don't forget to subscribe our channel.